You are experiencing the Kathryn Dunn Show. Welcome, everyone. We've got with us today Matt Capazzi, Eric Prater, Nick Stevens, Bull, and I am here as well. I am Kathryn Dunn, and you know who else is here? Guess what time it is? Already, and we just got here.
What time is it?
Something totally planned. That's right, we're about to do a thing that we totally planned to do. Who wants to set it up? Because we've all been working on it and we know exactly what it is. All right, excellent.
Okay. On a golf course, a teacher is talking to a student. A student said that they were sick, but a teacher finds out that they went golfing instead.
All right, and here we go.
Uh-oh.
Ahem. I thought you were at home in bed.
This is your dream. You're dreaming.
No, this is my nightmare. You lied to me.
No, I would never lie. I'm Tucker.
You're on. Why the dishonesty?
No, you don't understand. I was honest. I'm sick.
Look, you're not doing very well. You're not doing very well in this class. I think you need a tutor.
Oh, I would love that. Can they play golf too?
Well, let me see if I can call. I'll call a tutor and see if they're available.
This is perfect.
Oh, Tucker, you forgot your non-iron.
Oh, that's my medicine.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, hi.
I'm Tucker's caddy. Oh,
Yeah.
I
Nurse. My nurse. It's very bad. I'm very sick.
Oh,
Hi. One of my students needs a tutor. I was calling to see if you were available.
Yeah, what class?
Math, 5th grade.
Do you know who the student is?
The Tucker.
Yeah, it's actually Tucker.
The Tucker.
Is it the Tucker?
Yes.
Yeah, I played
Yeah.
golf with him yesterday. He's really good. He has a better handicap than I do. Actually,
So you'll help him?
Cut to
Yeah.
him helping him.
Okay, great.
So Tucker,
Yeah.
are we? So tell you what, I'll help you with your math homework.
Right.
You gotta help me with my golf game.
Okay, so let's start with the golf game and then we'll do the math.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah! I win.
this is me.
I win.
Hi. I just wanted to know, do you still want me to wash your balls?
Yes, please.
And that's our
Okay.
show. Thanks, Tucker. Wash those balls, Caddy. Oh, thank you so much for that beautiful button. And now let's do this next thing.
Whine and Whisper Light ASMR.
Where we enjoy some light ASMR and try to guess what I'm drinking. But before I drink it, I want to say I think my neighbors are serial killers because there's always bags outside of their place, and I swear I saw their white dog covered in blood. Now guess what I'm drinking.
In Florida, it doesn't turn fall. Summer just keeps on going. Flowers are actually blooming.
The Miami Dolphins are losing 35-20 in the football game.
Yes.
To
Dolphins
the
Dolphins, you are right. It is water. Congratulations. Yay. That round of game is over. Oh, man. I really do think my neighbors are killers. I'm not kidding. All right. But that's not what we're going to focus on. Let's move on to this next bit. It is, are you aware? And more importantly, do you care? With Nick Stevens. All right. Let's get it going. Are you aware and do you care that some nobody is finally a somebody because they're dating Taylor Swift, Travis something? Kelsey?
No, it's really hard for me to give more than one or two ducks about Taylor Swift. these
Oh.
days.
What was that? A duck? It was a duck you didn't give? Okay.
I cannot give more than 2 ducks.
Didn't give no ducks. Okay.
2 ducks. That's kind of a lot.
Oh, two ducks.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was really hoping
hey,
I would
Nick,
enrage you.
Nick, are you aware and do you care that the government almost shut down?
Again, yawn.
How many ducks do you give?
1.
1. Wow, you care more about Taylor Swift than the government. I also thought you were going to get really mad because of that football guy, but whatever.
What football guy?
I mean,
Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce.
Oh,
And
he
he's
played-
not a nobody.
I know
either.
that's the
He's
point.
he's a
Someone
very
got
good
mad.
player.
Thank you, Eric. Trying to
He's a very
enrage
good
the
player.
men.
He's a tight end for
Ha!
the Kansas City.
Not for long, am I right, T Swift? All right, speaking of, are you aware and do you care that Britney Spears has led to a wellness check?
No.
No, she's dancing with knives. Knives out, guys. You don't care?
No.
Well, wait.
How
I think I know what
many
you're gonna say.
how many ducks do you give?
No ducks.
No ducks. 0 ducks on Britney Spears. Britney's Spears.
Was it the knife thing?
Yeah, the knife thing.
Okay, yeah. That's what I heard too.
Yeah. And now she has a picture of like ballet slippers with knives at the tip. Like, my God, I might be in love
gee.
with her. Okay.
Also,
All right.
her arms are
Nick,
covered up.
are you aware that men think about the Holy Roman Empire once a month?
No, that's entirely not true.
How many times do you
It's
think
not.
about it a day?
I mean, I was just thinking about it while y'all were talking, to be honest.
Yeah, what is
That's
this
what I'm
Roman
saying.
Empire thing? Does anybody know?
Yeah, it's a myth that guys think about the Holy Roman Empire once a month.
Well, how did it
Wait a
start?
minute.
It's been on the interweb like the last 2 weeks.
No, I know,
Well,
but how did it
If
start?
If it's on the interweb, they must be real.
I don't know how it started, but I seen it. Where I first saw it was on the clock talk.
Okay, well, I don't know. All right. Are you aware and do you care that breakdancing may or may not be an Olympic sport in the Olympics in Paris in 2024? I got that off a meme, so it might not even be true, but I
Really?
think it is.
Didn't hear
I
that.
think that's awesome.
I
Yes.
do too. That is awesome.
I'll have to break out my head spinning ability again.
How many ducks do you give?
I'll give like 3 ducks on that one.
3 ducks. Ooh.
Out of how many ducks is that though?
Out of 5.
5 out of 10.
5 ducks. You can only give 5 ducks.
3 of 5.
All right, that's pretty big. All right, are you aware and do you care that Michael O'Hare has finally ended his conservatorship? He is the Blind Side guy.
Who?
Okay, so I'm going to go with 0 ducks.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you aware and do you care that Pauly Shore is trying to get an Oscar by playing Richard Simmons, and Richard Simmons said no thank you?
Yeah.
I did hear about that. The Weasel should never should never act for the rest of his life. Have you not seen Biodome 2? Because
I mean-
There's a Biodome 2 on this timeline? What?
Yeah. Have you not?
I've never even heard of it.
This
What
so
you
we
guys-
lost the movie where Sinbad is a genie for this? What a strange
Yeah.
timeline to be alive.
I mean, okay, so the only problem, I mean, okay, so let's say he did say yes. The only problem I see with that is that right now they couldn't make it anyway. Well, technically they could
Why
write the
not?
script now, but well, because of the strike.
Oh.
know what I
But speaking of the strike, are you aware and do you care that the WGA has kind of reached a tentative agreement?
Yes, that I am aware about, and that
Yeah,
I
that's what I was saying. Like, they can write it now. They can write the script for it, but they can't, film it.
Yeah, I'm just upset that
I
it's
have-
going to take longer for Pauly Shore to get his Oscar.
So going back to Pauly Shore for a second, a sentence I never thought I would ever utter in that combination.
So glad you did.
Pauly Shore has 2 Razzies for the worst actor of the year.
So you're giving him 2 ducks?
I'm gonna give him You know what? I'm gonna give him 3 ducks.
3 ducks. Oh my God, that's important. Okay. Are you aware and do
Yeah.
you care that Drew Barrymore was like, I'm going to be bad. And then she's like, I'm not going to be bad. And then Bill Maher's like, I guess I won't be bad either. But it was more like, I'm going to be so bad.
So how? I need more context.
Yeah, you are
honestly-
not aware. You may or may not care. So Drew
So-
Barrymore was going to continue her show without her writers, even though they are WGA writers, and Bill Maher also. But then one day somebody was like, career-ending move on Drew Barrymore's part, and she's like, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm not going to do this.
Look,
That was a good impression of it.
Thank you.
as far as I'm concerned, Drew Barrymore can do no wrong.
You are wrong. You are wrong. You are wrong. I went from loving her to being like, F that Nepo legacy
So you're
kid.
saying you support? So you're saying you support scab work?
Yeah, Nick,
No.
is that what you're saying?
I gotta go.
Ah, no, this bit is not over. I've got too much news. All right, guys, do you think that he is aware and do you think he cares about Jimmy Fallon and the toxic workspace?
He's back. He's
Yes,
back.
I have a. We had this conversation last week.
Oh, okay, we already did this. Forget it. Moving on.
Or the last time I was on, we talked about Jimmy Fallon.
Did we
Let's go
also
let's go over it
cover
again.
that Tina Fey made a passage in her book? Okay, forget Jimmy Fallon. Did we talk about like the celebrity apology and Russell Brand?
No, I had not heard that one.
Not that one. Not that one. I don't believe.
All right. Are you aware and do you care that Mila Kunis, Ashton Kutcher made like a, hey, Danny Masterson's not such a bad guy. Go easy on him, leather.
Yes, I am aware of that. I call shenanigans.
Yeah.
By the way, I want a giant thing on the screen to appear that says shenanigans.
Done.
With 2 or 3 exclamation points at the end.
You know, speaking of them to, you know, in the apology thing, I mean, there was also other celebrities that came out in support, but
He always
one-
hung
one
up his
act-
clothing. Like, are you kidding? Because he hangs up his clothing. He's not a fucking rapist. He's not a ducking
So-
rapist.
So I mean,
Wait,
there's one actor. Okay, so there's one actor that did come out in support of him that I'm very disappointed in because he's like one of my favorite actors, which is Giovanni Ribisi.
Giovanni
He came out
Ribisi.
in support.
came out in support of him.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I need a list of all these people. This is our day's communist list.
And the guy that played he was in Boy Meets World. He played
Ow.
the bully.
Ow.
He was he
Will
also played Randy in My Name is Earl. Played
Oh,
Earl's
he's-
brother.
No. I know
Yeah,
who you're
he came out
talking
with
about.
the
That
Yeah,
guy who
he
lost
came
a
out
lot of weight
supporting
and
him,
works
too.
out now. He was also in American History X.
Yeah. But you know,
Ethan-
Oh,
he came out in
Mara.
support of him also.
Wow, there are a lot of people we're losing, and I want to see this list because it's basically today's communist list. Also,
I mean,
Russell Brand
that's-
is a bad guy. Are you aware? Do you care?
Yeah, I've known Russell Brand to be a human piece of excrement for a long time.
That doesn't surprise me, to be honest. With
I
you.
liked him. We had a moment. We
I
had a
did
moment
too. I
on
mean,
set,
Glad
and I
to
liked
be
him.
wrong.
But if you go back and watch like a lot of his footage and even his stand-up stuff,
No, he looks like a predator. Now that they said it, I can't unsee it. I see it
That's
in his
what I'm saying, like, if you
eyes.
go
I
back
see
and-
it everywhere.
if you go back and watch his stand-up and his interviews
It's all
on
bad.
talk shows,
It's all everything is
yeah,
bad.
like,
Even the
Is there
clips on
like
Jimmy
some
Fallon,
logic?
it's all bad.
there's red flags everywhere. Like yeah.
Of course I was attracted to him. He is a walking red flag. So
So,
how many?
Hold on, Kathryn. I have a slight observation. Are you saying that our good friend and producer of our show? Never mind.
So Bull, on a scale from 1 to 20, how many red flags are you? Keeping silent.
I heard
All right.
that.
What?
I said I heard that.
Yeah. So on a scale from 1 to 20, how many red flags are you?
I'd say about 26
I say about
According-
27.
and about 14 ducks.
Yeah, but also how many ducks do you give out Russell Brand and the celebrity apology? Those are two different stories.
I would like to get a comprehensive list of where to find all these celebrity apologies. I will do a special episode of me going down the list of celebrity apologies and rating them on a scale from crap to garbage to why are
Excrement.
you doing this to
Yeah, we should do
excrement.
that.
I love it.
For next week.
All right. Speaking of eating poo, are you aware and do you care that John Waters just got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame?
We love John Waters here at the Nick Stevens part of the Kathryn Dunn show is pro John Waters.
I want to
So-
say that the entirety of the Kathryn Dunn show is pro John Waters, except for that one comment he made about monkeys and his mustache, but I misread it.
Right. We are pro John Waters here at the Kathryn Dunn show, I can then say, and I would give 11 and a half ducks out of 12.
11 and a half out of 12. This is the biggest ducks you give. Okay, speaking of the biggest, are you aware and do you care that Bob Ross sold a painting for 10 mil? And not Bob Ross, but a Bob Ross painting sold for 10 mil.
That's awesome.
Yes. And finally, are you aware and do you care that the murderer, or potential murderer of,
Yes, of Tupac?
yeah.
So I have more to add about that story.
Is it Biggie?
No, it wasn't Biggie.
Okay.
But the dude that allegedly shot Tupac could have stayed in Peru, where there's a non-extradition theory or treaty with the U.S. and never have been convicted. But because he's what's the word I'm looking for?
Chump
Sure, let's go with chump.
or Patsy?
Decided to come back to the U.S. And the second he landed at the airport, he walked off the plane and was arrested. It was fucking glorious.
All
I'm
right.
sorry, ducking.
How many
So
ducks do you
that's what
give?
happened?
Hold on.
So that's what happened?
Yeah,
Like,
so we will
I
not
didn't
find
even-
out because Nick is busy, but I do want to add
I didn't even know that.
that's incredibly suspicious. Does anyone else find that incredibly suspicious, as though there's somebody calling shots, pulling strings, and making things happen at the top of the night?
Sorry.
No
My
worries.
mother-
I'm
Okay.
implying things. Yeah, and he's now connected to Tupac and Biggie, which makes it seem like a giant conspiracy that everybody's been saying for years, because it is and has been a giant conspiracy, potentially, because I think I think this is the thread that might unravel a lot of stuff,
But-
because I don't think that he came back from Peru for any reason other than he may have been instructed to do so.
See, I didn't even know that. Like, but
If it's true, I don't know this either.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Are we implying a certain salt, pepper? Because I
Or-
don't want to say that.
A shug, a
Yeah.
little, yeah.
A little knigget?
I mean, I definitely think that he had last words with Tupac right before it happened.
Oh, yeah, no. And then
Oh,
he
yeah,
also
definitely.
decided
I think so.
to hassle my good friend, Mr. Van Winkle, better known as Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Right, but
Yeah.
supposedly that never happened now. Just
Oh,
if you
but
try and
I've
find
seen-
it, that never happened now.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things that I've been hearing that story for too long, the same way,
Yeah.
every time. So I'm tempted to believe that story actually happened.
I also believe it. I believe that man's a maniac. He's in jail right now for being a maniac on the set of Straight Outta Compton. By the way, he killed Eazy-E. So yeah, it's interesting. I do wonder if it's gonna link back to him or not. It might never link back to him, even though we know, because I don't think that they're gonna squeal.
You mean
Yeah.
about Easy?
Yeah, he murdered. I mean, we were talking about this before the show. He definitely
Yeah,
unalived
well,
Eazy-E.
I mean, I was trying to clarify what you meant about like scrolling. I didn't know who you were talking about.
Squeal? No,
Oh.
Eazy-E is not squealing. I'm talking about this person who's now taking
No,
the
no,
rap.
that's what I'm saying. Like about the Easy conspiracy. I wasn't. I was confused what you meant.
Yeah.
But, I don't think-
Conspiracy
I don't think anybody. Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to come forward with that.
No, I think
No.
we'll never know, but we've always known this, and now we'll know that. Oh, by the way, Barry Morphew may not have unalived his wife. I was wrong, and I'm sorry, bro.
Who?
I
Who?
still think he did it, and I still think he's involved, and I still think he's a terrible person. But Barry Morphew may not have unalived his wife.
Who?
Yeah, so this is a completely unrelated story about a Colorado mom who went missing around Mother's Day, and I've always been like, well, let me tell you how you know a person did it. And I'd always reference this guy
Oh,
because I knew he did it, and he may not have done it.
the you talking about the wife with the daughters?
I'm not sure, but I think so, yeah. So anyway, how many ducks do you give about Tupac and Biggie?
Mm. So many ducks. I'm gonna give them 99. I'm gonna give them 99 ducks, but about an 8-1.
Nice. Okay. So the most ducks
There you
given
go.
today are about the Tupac and Biggie story. The least amount of ducks is a tie with Michael O'Hare and Britney Spears. And then runner up is John Waters. I just needed to say it because I love him. And now we're going to move.
Where did I put the T Swizzle one in?
The what?
How many ducks did I give T Swizzle?
You gave T Swizzle quite a few ducks. It was 2 whole ducks.
I have a question. Does
Yeah.
anybody know? I'm thinking that it is, but I don't know for sure. But on the song Thriller, was John Waters the guy talking,
I
or
don't think
No,
so.
John. That was
you know,
Luther-
like whatever, you know, like
the Darkness Falls Across the Land.
yeah.
That's Vincent Price.
Okay, Vincent
Yeah,
Price.
Vincent Price.
I got you. Okay.
Nice. We did lose Matt. Hopefully he'll come back for this next segment, which is time for uplifting animal news. Not with Elaine Vadio because she's not here today, but we are. And we're going to talk about some stuff. Hopefully Matt has some. Hopefully he'll come back. If not, are you aware? Nope. Sorry. I just really love that format. So 3 ducks saved a puppy. 3 crocs saved a puppy. So everybody thought that the crocodiles were going to hurt this puppy, but they didn't. And it wasn't a puppy. It was an older
But
dog.
their shoes. Are you telling me that some ugly ass shoes helped a puppy?
Yes, the shoes that I have on my feet are off-brand Crocs, and they would save a puppy too. I do
didn't
really
know
want the
that.
red glitter Crocs though, so if you guys are thinking of getting me like a Christmas or birthday present, my birthday's tomorrow. Okay, and so is Christmas.
Hold on. Let's go. Let's rewind back to Are You Aware? Do You Care?
Uh-huh.
I was not aware that tomorrow's your birthday,
It's not.
and I do care.
I lied. I just wanted the shoes. I'm
You
sorry.
lying.
I'm a lying monster. Okay. Tank the Turtle has escaped again. A 3rd time Tank the Turtle has escaped. Oh my god, this guy is adorable. Okay.
I forgot what I said on our internal group chat, but I'm gonna look it up because I thought it was a very good quote.
About Tank the
As big as
Turtle?
Yeah,
As big as he is, I don't know how he keeps doing it.
Slowly but surely.
The turtle.
Yeah, he's a beautiful turtle. He's so gorgeous
Yeah, he is.
and big. He's a tank. Tank the Turtle.
Oh, Buffalo pulled it off.
Yeah. All right, but before you
really? What was the
Yeah.
score of the Buffalo game?
no,
48.
this segment is about animals and not
Oh,
about
sorry.
stupid sports. Unless you have a ball for a dog, I don't care.
I'm talking about animals technically. The dolphins.
We're talking about dolphins and buffaloes.
Yeah, dolphins and buffaloes.
Playing together?
Yeah.
All right, you've got my attention.
And the buffaloes. There's more buffaloes. There's 48 buffaloes and there was 20 ducks.
All right, I see your
Oh,
sports story, and I raise you. Do you guys know about the emotional support gator that was turned away at the Phillies game?
I wanted an emotional support gator.
I know.
That's cool.
Me too.
I didn't even know that.
You know what else I
didn't even
want?
know
I want a bunch of black bears that steal my Krispy Kreme. That happened on an Air Force base. I don't know if you know, but now you know.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I know, isn't
Heard
that
about
cute? They're so cute. I'm a little bear. Okay. And there's a sea lion that escaped the New York City. Oh, I should have asked you if you were aware and did you care about the floodings and like all the water happening here in New York, the rain. But a sea lion escaped the Central Park Zoo for a little bit because there was so much water. Yeah. Isn't that cute? And
Yeah, I didn't know. Oh, I didn't mean to interrupt.
no, I you didn't know I was keep going. Oh, what were you saying? Sorry.
I was just gonna say I didn't realize. Like I seen that Elaine posted a picture of I think it was like subway stairs or something, and I didn't even realize you guys were getting that much like rain and stuff up there.
Yeah, it was like pockets, like different places were affected differently, and like the tunnel, I forget which tunnel, but I'm gonna go with the Lincoln, I'm just making it up, was like flooded. People were like driving through water, and meanwhile we drove to some places and it was just like a regular rainy day.
So was that just like regular weather, or was it a hurricane involved?
No, it was record-breaking historical weather.
But
No big deal, guys.
I mean, was there a factor? Is what I mean. Like, was there a hurricane involved, or was it just
Something like
some
that.
tropical,
okay?
yeah, weird weather.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
And Jolene. Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
That's
Dolly
a
Parton reference. Dolly.
Dolly Parton. That's a Dolly Parton song.
Right.
Yeah.
It is, but I said Jolene. And by the way, it is such a beautiful song. I love it because she doesn't cut another woman down. She's like, "You're gorgeous. Please just don't." I love Dolly. Okay, Jolene is about do you guys remember the croc with the trap?
Oh
like
yeah. He had half of his.
she and her name is Jolene, and you can check her out at Gatorland.
Oh, they caught her.
Well, yeah, they caught her and they're helping her, and she's got a life at Gatorland.
Okay.
Yeah, and her name is
Awesome,
Jolene, which is always a good sign that they're gonna keep her because they named her. That's all the
Nice.
animal news
didn't know
I
that.
have.
That's
Sorry.
awesome news. Oh, I was gonna say I didn't know that, but that's awesome news.
So if you spell out Jolene phonetically, you spell Jawline, which is jawline.
It is E-N-E, but I do like jawline.
Yeah.
Jawline.
Say her name again, because I don't think you said it enough.
Jolene.
DSA.
I love this gator. I wish her the best and happiest life. All right. Does anybody else have any animal news before we move on? Okay. This is going fast. And that reminds me that it's time for...
Ooh, that reminds me.
And the word to get started is Jolene.
That
reminds me. Just the word reminds me of Jawbreakers. The big.
Jawbreakers remind me of nerds.
Nerds remind me of Toe Jam and Earl, which is my favorite video game of all time.
Video games, like favorite of all time, reminds me that I really wish my Nintendo NES was working. And when we were like leaving the house that I grew up in, I fought for like an old television so that I could do Duck Hunt, and I did not win.
Oh well.
Nintendo reminds me of Mario Brothers.
Yeah, that reminds me of when I was a kid. Like I had the original Nintendo and the NES. I had all of them, but just like I had a lot of games. Just reminds me of just playing them for hours. Yeah.
That
does remind me. Go ahead.
No, you.
Ladies first.
That reminds me that I spent a lot of time playing Aladdin on Sega and Pinata on like PlayStation or something. Like I was so into it.
No lady.
And then I just
And you're only 21. Right?
I am only 21. Yeah, I only like vintage games because I'm an ironic hipster, which is so above my age. Damn
That
it, we
reminds
had
me of public
conversation.
stores, and some stores would have arcade games.
What?
So
That
today,
reminds me of going to stores, and some stores had arcade games.
so yesterday I went to a brewery in the town I live in. That there's a bunch of breweries in the town I live in. It's called Waynesboro, if anyone's curious. But in Waynesboro, there's a bunch of local breweries, and one of them just set up an arcade with like a bunch of vintage consoles, like a bunch of vintage arcade machines that actually take quarters, not tokens, not like the stupid cards, like actual quarters.
Nice.
In
Quarters
order of
remind me of coin rolls that I would take to the deli to get cash.
nice. In order of enraging, where do you place tokens and cards? Like obviously quarters is what you like, right? We agree. Which is more
Yeah.
enraging, tokens or cards?
Tokens.
Really? What? I disagree. Why?
Give me 1 second. I'll answer that question in 30 seconds.
What? What is this? Okay, I will tell you why I feel this way. At least with a token, it looks like a quarter, it feels like a quarter, and it's kind of cool because if it's like branded for the place, maybe you're like, oh, I want to make art out of this. But if it's a card, you don't get to feel like the magic of all these coins coming out of a machine and like a fistful of quarters. Like there was literally a movie called
Yeah.
Fistful of Quarters. Not like a stupid hand with a stupid card in it.
So, back in the day, I used to be a competitive Street Fighter 2 player. I know I'm showing my age with that, but the idea, my idea of an afternoon was going to my local arcade in Panama, putting in 1 quarter and playing Street Fighter all afternoon, because I would play until you would play until somebody was actually able to beat you,
Hmm.
and there were 4 of us that were the 4 top Street Fighter players in Panama, and we would play Street Fighter for 2 to 3 hours on 1 quarter.
Wow.
We have the top Panamanian Street Fighter in our presence, guys.
This was
Yeah.
like a decade ago.
I never
Really?
played it on arcade, but I did play it on the Nintendo, which was a very good. I loved that game.
And Matt, what's your opinion on this?
Oh,
What?
On
quarters versus
cards
tokens
versus tokens versus quarters. What do you like? What do you dislike? And in what order? And why?
Well, I like cards because you can reuse them. You can put like value on them and then use them. Well, you can keep using the same card actually.
Yeah, kind
And
of
just
like
add
a
value
lot.
to it.
I mean, I think tokens are. I like tokens. They're nostalgic. That's why I like them. I mean, like I remember, going to like arcade or like Chuck E. Cheese. Getting the tokens. Yeah.
Hey, Chuck E. Cheese, de facto company that does not exist anymore.
Exactly. Yeah. It's not that anymore, but yeah. Now
Well-
it's I forget. But
Did you guys know that the same guy that created Atari is the original creator of Chuck E. Cheese?
What? No, I was not aware, but I do care.
that's pretty cool.
So he was actually like an engineer. He went to engineering school, and I can't remember his name, unfortunately. But he built the first animatronics after Disney.
Wow.
Oh, they actually just arrested Mickey and Goofy for apparently whacking Chuck E. Cheese.
This just in, you heard it here first and only. We give you the realest of news. Thank you, Matt. That is important that you have the exclusive.
Yeah, and if you want to fact check that, you can watch Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, I forgot to remind everybody, we do not fact check. Everything we say is true, but please do your own research, because...
Speaking of Grey's Anatomy, how's Lucy?
She's great. I don't know what Grey's Anatomy has to do with my mom.
Because that's where she gets all her information is Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, is that true? I thought it was Facebook. Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, that too.
Yeah, but she's in the middle of the ocean on a boat. She's on a boat, just like the song, guys.
She's on a boat?
Yeah. All right. So now...
Or as I would say, she's on a goat.
She is the goat. She's the goat on a boat. And now, speaking of goats on boats, it's time for Tattletales, where we all talk smack about our pets. Okay, what have your animals been up to? I'll start. No, I won't. Matt will.
It was kind of like a spy movie. I was taking my cat to get her bath and her nails clipped. And when I dropped her off, I winked at the person that I gave her to, and then I said, I'll come back with a new carrier. When I come back with the new carrier, can you get rid of the old carrier? So the exchange was set up, and I'm pretty sure that there were FBI people in a van across the street listening to all this, but I didn't care. I'm reckless. I'm in my late 40s. I live for today. So after I dropped off Mitzi, I went to the store. I did this the whole time. And then I bought a new cat carrier. And then I walked out of the store doing this the whole time. And then You know, I said I'm in my late 40s and I live for today, so I'm just gonna throw out the old cat carrier. So I did, gosh darn it. And then I went to pick up Mitzi, and instead of the
Let me
old
ask you,
cat carrier, she had a
I
new
have a
cat
very
carrier.
important.
It was the perfect transaction. And FBI, I know you're watching. I don't care. I'm in my late 40s and I live for today.
Wow, we normally just cover domestic stuff, but that was wild, Matt.
Hey, so Matt, let me ask you. I have several follow-up questions about that. Was there was there a flower shop anywhere near the where you dropped off Mitzi?
When I dropped off Mitzi, I noticed several bushes that were wearing sneakers and walking behind me. But when I turned, they stopped. But I knew that they were people dressed up as bushes.
And was there any white unmarked 1987 GMC vans? It has to be the 1987 model.
That may or may not.
There was
be in
a
Taurus.
used police car with a huge megaphone on it.
Hmm.
Well, you know that it was Jake and Elwood Blues.
Kind of obvious. That's kind of obvious. But
Yeah, yeah. And they were on a mission from God. And if you
Yeah.
get that reference, you are older than you are my age.
I didn't get it. I'm so young. All right.
It's one of the worst movies of all times with one of the best movie soundtracks.
Is Mitzi with you now, or is she at the groomer / pet place?
And does Mitzi look like a diva if she went?
Yeah,
if
does
she's
she have an
Mitzi now?
extra like pep in her step, a little
Yeah.
extra strut in her butt?
Oh yeah.
Beauty girl.
She's got Mitzi. She got the swag. She's definitely got the swag.
What a perfect lady.
Yeah.
I've got a situation here at the home where my cat's been given some catnip. I don't know where she got it. And then she went bananas and she's been sitting in Trixie's beds. Trixie has 4 beds and this cat has been sitting in the blue one. Very interesting.
Okay, that leads so many questions, but one of which is, why does Trixie have 4 beds?
Because she likes to
Thank you.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
And so it starts.
Good,
It's a lead into the
God?
next segment seamlessly. What?
Look,
Answer the question, please.
Well, what is the question? Why does Trixie have 4 beds? I think it's
Yes.
obvious because she needs them. She needs all
She-
4 of the beds. All of the beds. She needs every bed. Because she used to
Yeah,
sleep
she
on my
sleeps in
bed,
one
and now
bed.
she sleeps on the ground like an animal,
sleeps in
and
one
it's
bed
terrible. And she
under
needs
me.
more beds.
look, I need an Alpha Tank Black Lotus, but I don't have, $850,000 right now.
Okay, well, she does have 850,000 beds. She deserves every single one of them.
Wait, does Trixie hide non-sequential cash inside her beds?
I definitely think that she's stuffing her mattress. Yes, she's got thousands upon thousands of bones. Don't tell your FBI friends because I know they're tailing you. Yeah. So that's my Trixie story. She needs 4 beds because she likes to get up and move from bed to bed, and because she used to be in the human bed, but some animal thinks that animals shouldn't be in the covers with humans.
I wonder what
Wait.
animal that would be. Would that be some kind of steer?
El
Some
Toro.
toro?
They could be your gangster name.
Exactly.
What?
Trixie
Well
Four
said.
Beds.
The dog doesn't belong in the
That could be your
bed.
gangster name. Trixie Four Beds.
Oh my God, that is her gangster name. I love it. Okay. Does anybody else have any stories about their gorgeous little animals?
No, mine are just hanging out, going as usual. I mean,
All right.
no news.
Then this is a seamless transition to this next segment.
What now?
Where we bring you a completely random and anonymous couple's gripes and we have you settle it. Remember, there's no right or wrong. They're not listening. Maybe they are, maybe they're not, but you're not going to know who they are. So it doesn't matter. Just say what you think. And nobody's going to be mad at you. Nobody's right, nobody's wrong, but who's right and who's wrong is what we want to know. And our viewer mail comes from Boldless today. Bull has the envelopes and he'll open it and he'll read one of our questions.
Yes, Kathryn Dunn, the head, the top of the letter says, my partner, we'll just name that partner number one, and we'll name the other one number two, takes a shower constantly.
Oh,
And yeah,
again
ugh,
with
I hate that.
does
And
everything with these mailbags involves like showers and toilets and bathrooms?
yeah,
I
disgusting things, right?
I don't know. Is anyone else picking up on this theme?
So, you know, when you're done with a bar of soap, right, where it gets like to a playing card thickness,
Mm-hmm.
and then you normally just toss that away, right? Well,
No, you're
apparently,
telling me like
my
if
partner, number one, stacks
like
them
this
up
thickness?
in the corner. Listen, stacks them up in the corner of the shower till there's like 20 or 30 of these little slivers of
True.
Oh
soap.
wow.
And
This
number
is
two
not
wants to
true.
want number two wants to know why the duck are these being
Hey,
saved?
so hold on. Before I'm gonna interrupt you for a second, Bull. The why the duck is trademarked
Ah,
but not copyrighted.
Oh, okay.
You're
Why
gonna
the
have to
fuck?
Venmo me like $2 every time you use duck.
Yeah, you have to give him
Yeah.
a token.
all right. I've got an opinion about this, but I just feel like the person writing this is over exaggerating the problem, and that there's not literally 20, it's more like 2. And
Oh,
it's
no,
not
no,
like
no.
a
Oh, should I
collection, it's
get a
more like a.
should
Hold
I
on.
should I think they
So
sent a picture.
No, they
I
didn't.
have an observation that I make. If they're not 52, it doesn't matter.
Wait,
Well-
do you have a filing system for your leftover soap?
I mean, okay, so
I don't, because this isn't about me.
the only
Oh,
reason I
really?
can think of that this person would do that is because they're trying to be conservative. They're just trying to conserve soap.
No.
Like,
Serve what?
you
You're
stack enough
not
levels,
using them.
if you stack enough levels of soap,
No, this-
it'll be another bar.
this person's
So my
probably
question
never
is
using
this.
it again. I don't know them, but I
Could
can
I
assume they're
use-
never using it again. It's also not 20, it's more like 2. And they were Look,
Also,
I know too much about these people. They were used for specific things.
No, there are
Oh,
more than
Lord.
there's more than 2.
No.
And it's like a little Mount Olympus of little slivers of soap.
Okay.
You know,
This seems like a really
Catheryn,
old
have
letter.
you ever met
I have a-
person number one?
I have an objection to something that was just said.
Yeah.
The fact that he made it Mount Olympus makes it Greek, and therefore it's
Yeah. Obvious who it is.
No,
right?
I think that this
No,
is
no.
not obvious or true.
No.
No, it's all Greek to me.
wait,
Even
so
Crush.
so
Even
these
Crush
soaps
the
are not,
Mushroom Puppet is like, yes, I know exactly who this is.
but okay, so these leftover slivers are they not being used or are they being used?
Oh no, they're not being used. I think that what this letter describes is that number one just keeps piling them
No.
on the edge of the tub
They're
because
like a beaver,
What it says
like a
here.
tub
let
beaver.
me finish the letter. Let me finish.
Yeah,
this
I
letter,
think that this letter
because she
isn't
says-
accurate.
because it says that number one uses her active soap.
Wow,
on a
they
rack.
gendered these letters?
Yeah.
Wow.
Uses
And-
the
Because that's how the world works. You know, they do he and she's also.
I
But
That's a
the
pretty big
active
clue.
soap.
they could
we
have
can
been
rule out half the
they,
population.
them.
What?
You don't know who they are. They, them.
The number two is a he because he's talking about his partner, and the active soap is on the rack. The discarded soaps.
Are you in
are
there
on
right
the
now?
edge of the tub,
These
and they're
people's
starting to
home?
slide. He says they're starting to slide off the edge of the tub. That there's so many of
Bull,
them.
it seems like you know a lot about what the soap looks like.
I think you
They
should
sent
go
me a
look at it right
picture.
now. I think you should take a trip to these people's houses and tell me how many actual bars of slivers of soap are in this bathroom that you allege has 20 Mount Olympian soaps. I'm going to guess that there's at best 3 slivers.
Is it possible to have these two people on the show with us?
We could ask them if they're willing to come on the show.
or-
I would love
or
it
at
if
the
they
very least,
did.
They could call in.
Oh, I look in the.
Oh,
I'm seeing the photograph now, and
Yeah.
one of the.
I can tell
slivers
from the
have
echo that you
fell-
are looking at a photograph.
As the sliver has fell off the edge of the tub
Oh, just like
in
you
the
had
photograph. I
predicted.
did so, but
So,
there's a globule of hair along
Shut up!
with the slivers of
That's
soap.
what I thought this was going to be
Uh,
about, the hair in the drain.
Well,
first of
that's
all, I have to say one thing. Ew.
Yeah,
ooh,
yeah.
exactly.
It's not as bad as he's making it out.
Oh no, I'm sure it's worse.
I
Oh,
hate
it's
you
ooh.
too.
It's ooh. It's definitely ooh.
How many
And,
slivers? How many slivers? 3.
Okay.
Okay,
Three.
so what's your question?
Yeah. Why
Why?
does the person writing this
Why?
over exaggerate and say 20
This
Mount
person wants to know
Olympians?
why are they there. This
Oh, okay.
person wants to know why are they
Probably
there.
to clean that person's Crocs.
Is this some kind of art or what?
I mean, if
I
they're
told you, it's
not,
a Croc cleaner. Is my guess.
if they're not being used, I mean that's understandable to question why they're there. But
No, Eric, this has like animal hair, people
No!
hair, just a bunch of
so they put all
mixture.
that in
That's
the letter.
disgusting,
There's
and you should
animal
probably throw it out
Yeah,
right
oh,
now.
they're-
Do
they're-
that
they're
family
really-
of strangers a
Maybe
favor
they
and
can
throw it
be
out.
One person at a time.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead.
I can't.
Exactly. The letter's detailed, so I don't know. Still, the question is, why is it there instead of in the garbage?
So my recommendation to the family is they should switch to liquid soap
No,
because
It's a good idea.
no. I understand what you're saying, but it's time for another segment.
oh no, I want to say on this segment because this is a topic that I give a lot of ducks about.
Okay.
Hold on.
Right.
Wait. Oh, I have a question that's kind of related. Does it say anything about person number 1, and if they leave a smaller piece of bread when it's like the last piece of bread of the loaf and it's not as big as the other ones?
The end.
Do they actually finish the loaf or just leave that in the bread thing?
Well, maybe person 2 is a human garbage disposal, and they like the other pieces of bread.
Let me look further into this letter.
Yeah. See if there's anything there about bread.
Not this week, but
Oh, I'm sure there's something there about bread. Answer the question. I'm just look on the 3rd page of the letter.
the bread
Oh,
gets
there's a third page to this letter.
Yeah,
the
obviously.
bread gets
That's a
bread
wrong
gets
level.
eaten.
I don't think that person eats butts. The butts of the bread.
No, the one I think one person doesn't eat the heel, the other person does eat the heel.
Yeah, that other person does eat heel.
I was gonna say the technical term for the end of the bread is the heel.
It's the butt.
Yes,
Oh,
it is.
okay.
Everybody knows it's the
It's
butt, and
not the
I don't
butt.
eat ass.
It's the heel.
I mean, some people call it the end. Some people call it the hill. But technically, it is the hill.
It's the ass
Correct.
end of the bread.
But we
when you
still
say-
have the question of why the soap is still
I
there.
think they're there to wash shoes. That's what I think. But not
You
if they're
couldn't
covered in fur, like you say. That's just
So I have
nasty.
a follow-up question. If they're covered in fur, whose fur?
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's a good question.
obviously it's the fur of a bull.
Is-
Why is there a bull in the house?
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
right? Why is there a
So
bull in the
tell me-
house?
It's that whoever's house this is some kind of china shop.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Yeah.
that's dangerous.
Yeah.
If it's
I
Chinese
see this story is going for a
It's going into
Turning.
nonsense, and I love it. This is a comfortable place.
no. The fur looks like
And there's a guy with a cat starts singing about unbirthdays
Yeah,
and tea parties.
a little mouse who's like twinkle, twinkle, little
has
bat.
person number 2 noticed that person number 1 has a difficulty with finishing things?
Whoa! Wow! Matt just cut deep to the Tweedledees and the Tweedledums.
Oh.
also a problem with laziness. I think number
I
2 is
think the show is running long, and it's time to go to another segment. But yes, Matt.
Guys beware. Just guys beware.
I have heard that this person also has a problem with throwing things out, so they'll just leave things in the kitchen for person 2 to throw out. Which, if you listen to the show,
that's
you would
right,
know that
because-
that happened. But that's not what this
That's
is
right.
about.
This is the same person that refuses to throw away the toilet paper rolls. That just stacks them on top of the back of the toilet.
I've heard from listening to this show, because this was brought up in the past, and I remember every single thing. Yes, I'll get to your question in a second, Eric. That person 1 and person 2 have like a war with the toilet paper rolls, because person 2 will leave like a little bit of paper just so that they don't have to throw out the roll.
Oh no!
Wait a
that's not
second.
true.
That's kind of similar to the soap thing. Are you?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's been like
A passive aggressive
for
war.
the next person. Oh,
Eric, what's your
wow.
question?
Well, this
Is okay. So if I could be wrong. It
You're
kind
right.
of sounds like the same person that wrote the letter about the person leaving. I think I'm wanting to say Thai food on Tucker's head.
Oh,
Or
no, you did it.
I mean,
What did you say?
I mean, somebody. I was just saying that somebody supposedly left food on top of the
Oh
bed.
man, it's going down.
Yeah, yeah, it is going down. I'm still not over
this is
it.
the same.
I mean, I don't. That's just what I've heard, Tucker. I don't know if it's true.
No, it happened.
This
Hold
is
on,
the-
hold on. I've been absent for 2 weeks because of my job. Can somebody catch me up on the Tucker? Hi, Tucker. How are you, man?
Hey, man, how are you?
Did somebody put Thai food on your head?
You know they did, and I'm not
No,
okay.
I don't.
Well,
I missed the
Wait.
story.
did I wait?
Did you just enrage
This
me?
is the
Yes.
same person that refuses that will take garbage into the kitchen and set it on the sink and won't just toss it right there into the
Wow.
garbage.
This is
Tucker,
about
are
me
you
now.
triggered?
Did we talk about this on a previous show or not? Because I'm confused.
Yeah.
Okay.
I missed this one.
I didn't want to. I didn't want to. Sorry.
I want an
I'm
apology, and I
sorry,
want it
Tucker.
written immediately.
I'm sorry, Tucker.
So, Tucker,
I apologize.
what was the story with the Thai food?
Well, there I was, just being myself,
Asleep. Tucker was asleep.
trying
actually.
to nap, and it was nap time, and there I
Tucker,
was
your eyes
having
don't close.
a beautiful. What did you say?
Your
Eric?
eyes don't close.
Do-
How do you sleep?
Do you want to fight with me?
What?
I'm just wondering how you sleep.
What?
I think it's a
Like
dream.
this?
Matt,
Meow, meow,
Matt,
meow, 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 meow.
let Tucker finish.
Meow,
He's
meow,
gonna
meow,
touch
meow,
you
meow,
up.
meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. How do you
I'm-
sleep?
Well, I can close my eyes, but you can't. I'm like, do you just keep drinking coffee?
I'm winking.
Wow.
Matt, Tucker's gonna tuck you up if you don't.
Yeah, I'll tuck you up, Mother Tucker. Yeah. Yeah, bring it. Bring it, Matt. Bring it.
Oh, Matt.
Oh, guys, I believe in you.
Wow, guys, you have upset Tucker. I don't know. It's very dramatic in here.
I shouldn't have. I regret bringing that up. I
Yeah.
really do.
So I have
Yeah.
a problem question about that, about the toilet paper one, about the toilet paper part in particular. Does either person A or person B put the toilet paper in the wrong direction?
No, I think that there is no argument as to what the right direction is. According to the
Yeah,
letters that
what
I've
is
read in the
right
past.
direction?
Over the top is the right direction.
Okay, yes, that is the
Well,
correct right direction.
That's how it works here.
But person 1 will accidentally put it in backwards, and then person 2 will be like, "Why did you do this?" Not realizing that person 1 just didn't know because they're the only one who replaces the toilet paper.
How many times has person 1 used toilet paper during the day?
Okay, look, everybody uses toilet paper. I don't want to hear it. This is the end of this segment. We are moving on. Okay, are y'all ready
For
for
the
this?
record, I would like the record to show that I give 26 ducks about the right way of toilet paper versus the wrong way of toilet paper.
You still give more ducks about Biggie and Tupac, and I respect that. But yeah, that is 26 ducks.
I'm glad that I learned that the last piece of bread is called the heel.
It's the butt.
Yes.
Everybody
But
knows that.
we're still trying to figure out why is number one keeping the soap. So
Okay,
there
look.
it is.
Number one is keeping the soap to wash the Crocs that are dog.
It'll just have to remain a mystery.
You know what? Should I send something clean?
Do you think? Let me ask you this question: do you think that soap? We're asking the person on air, see if he's listening.
Right.
Do you think that soap will be there next week?
No, I believe
Oh.
that soap will be thrown out because it has been described as having animal hair on it. But I guess tune in next week to find out. Like and subscribe.
That's a great
Yes.
teaser.
Thank you. It's a cliffhanger. All right. I think this has been settled.
Now because I need to leave in like 10 minutes.
Well,
anyway.
you better stick around for this next bit because it's important.
On this day in history, nothing was solved.
With Matt Capazzi. That's right, everybody.
Oh, all right. On this day in 1971, the Walt Disney World Resort near Orlando, Florida, opened, and nothing was solved.
Yay! Nothing was solved. All right. Now, before we get out of here, I just want to ask Eric, what would make the world a better place?
The world will be a better place
If people would just clean up their soap.
Pretty sure this is Eric's segment.
if everybody ate their daily recommended amount of veggies.
Nice. Thank you, Eric. And I do have one question, Matt C. Is there anything from your podcast that you'd like to tell us about this week before we get out of here?
Oh, yeah. I have a podcast on Spotify called Matt C's Podcast, and it's so if you feel like listening to different music, check it out.
Can I do a little promo?
Oh, yes, you can.
So as you can see, I got a link in my bottom of my window there. It's to my link tree, and one of the links on there. Well, actually, there's several links on there that you can go to if you would like to help me. I am currently trying to raise money to purchase a vehicle.
Woo!
Because I'm an actor, and currently where I currently live, I cannot, there's no resources around here for me to do that. So in order for me to work, I need to get my own transportation. So I am saving money to buy a vehicle.
Very exciting. I know we talked about this last time. Now I'm so happy to see that it's moving along, and hopefully everyone will check out the Eric Prater link tree and do whatever you can to help make that happen. I look forward to seeing that happen. And Nick, is there anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Have a great Sunday, I guess. And as the words of one of my favorite actors of all time said, just don't be a dick. Try to be a decent human being. It's really not that hard. You know?
Who said that?
Will Wheaton.
Aww.
Oh, did he?
He's a very likable guy.
Will Wheaton, at the end of his old podcast, which is called Radio Free Burrito, which is fantastic if you want to hear really cool podcasts. Almost cool, not as cool as Matt C's podcast, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Oh.
Matt sees.
But at the end of his podcast, he would always say, always remember Wheaton's law number 1, which is don't be a dick.
I like that. That's a very good law.
It's a very simple rule, you know.
Very good, yeah.
You know, and it's easy to follow. You just have to not be a dick.
Don't be me.
You know.
What a beautiful kitty, by the way. Don't be a dick. everybody. Thank you for sharing Mitzi with us. She looked absolutely stunning. You can check out her close up by watching this episode once it posts, which is actively posting. I don't know how the internet works, but it's posting and live, and then it will exist in the live tab. All right. That was interesting. Yeah. All right, guys, don't be a dick. Kisses to all of your animals, and see you next
Eat your
week.
veggies.
What?
Eat your veggies.
Yeah, eat your veggies. But don't put Thai food on Tucker.
What'd you say?
Okay.